Welcome to 3 Lanes number 75. Today, or today's episode, it is it's inspired by the headline that I saw. You know, those emails that you get from LinkedIn where it tells you the subject matter that more people are talking about, or the most people are talking about, or the most relevant subject of that day, right? Something like that. I don't know if in other countries that's the case, but at least here in the US, I get that a lot. Sometimes it's interesting, sometimes it's not. But that idea came from an email like that, and the the headline was Honda reported its worst year ever. And instead of going and read all the articles and what everybody had to say, I decided to make my own research, go see financial statements from Honda and see if it actually made sense. And that's how this episode was born. This is more into the financial side of Honda, because when we think, I mean, as an enthusiast, like I see that headline and I think, is it the Type R that they didn't sell, or is it like the are they having issues with motors with F1 or stuff like that? Those are the subjects that come up as an enthusiast, but that's not exactly the case, right? I mean, we need to think about worst year ever on what? What's the metric? Is it revenue, profit, operating margins, EV market, China sales, North America sales, investor expectations, compared to what? Like pandemic years, historic peaks? What is it? But we need to filter the information through all that and then make a decision, right? Because it's not as simple as, oh, this is the worst year ever. I don't know. Like we need to look at the facts and then make a decision from there. So we're gonna look into some of the numbers that I came across, but let's find out what worse exactly means in this instance, right? So I define the metrics: unit sales, operating profit, net profit, margins, uh, performance by region, but I'm gonna focus on one specifically because it's the most relevant. EV investments, market capitalization, reaction, and we'll go from there. So it's not, they sold less Type R's, NSX legacy. It could be motorcycles, it could be Formula One, but we'll see. We'll find out. Um, so now let's move to the meat and potatoes of the information. And let's start with revenue, right? Revenue by fiscal year. And we'll set the baseline and the fiscal year fiscal year 2024, which for Honda ends in March, the last day of March 31st, March 31st, 2024. Sales revenue up until that day, and again, these are baseline in billions. B with a B. 20,428 billion Japanese yen. 2024, 2025, 21 uh 21,688 billion. So it went up 6.2%. Then we have 2026, 21,796. So it went up another 0.5%. So revenue wise, it was not bad. It was good. Now, this is as a whole, right? And Honda is not just cars. It's different things, different products. Now, operating profit of the whole company, right? So do they make money? Do they have a leftover after operating the company, after all the operations have gone throughout the year? If they have money left over, then that's the money that they make, right? So in fiscal year 2024, 1,381 billion yen, and that's our baseline. 2025, it's 1.2 1,200 13 billion. So we went from 1,381 to 1,213 in 2025. So it went up 5.6%. Now, fiscal year 2026, it went down to negative 414.3. So it went down 1.9%. So operating margins, they lost. So they had put more money than what they made to operate the company, right? That's what we're talking about. Now, if we move to net profit, we'll be talking about again fiscal year 24, 25, 26. In 24, the net profit in Japanese yen in billions is 1.1, 1,107, 1,107, yes, billion yen. That's 2024. And 2025, net profit was 835 billion yen. And fiscal year 2026 is negative 423 billion yen. So they lost net profit, right? Because we saw also from the operating profit, now net profit, it's also a loss. And next we will move to vehicle sales. This one I only have information from 25 and 26. So for 2025, the sales units sold, right, in 2025 everywhere, global, it's 3.74 million. Now in 2026, 3.3 million, or almost 3.4, because it's 3.387 million. But still, they have a negative 8.9% year after year change. So the sales went down. Now, regional sales breakdown for North America, total 1.4 million. And it's Honda's best US result since 2021. And it's a plus 0.5% over 2024. And the Honda brand in the US, the sales reach 1.2 million, almost 1.3, because 1,297,000. So it's a 0.4% increase, with record light truck sales surpassing 900,000 units. Electrified model sales of exceeded 400,000 units, and Acura sales rose 1% to 133,000 units. So as vehicles, it was the best, and as a brand, sales was pretty good, right? They went up. But North America accounted for approximately 42 to 44% of global automobile. Wow. Let's call it cars. Honda's global car volume in fiscal year 2025, 2026. So the revenue from North America was the highest of any region. So that was their best market. And for the 9 months ending December 2025, North America car sales fell 4.7%. Oh, that's not good. But now let's move to China. China has been a very, very big decline since 2020. Because let's run the numbers from 2020, and these are units sold. And let's see. In 2020, we have 1,668,000. Now, by the time of 2025, it went down to 645,000. So we went from 1.6 million to 645,000. It's a huge decrease. I have all the numbers for all the years, but I'm not going to give them here because I don't want to. Hearing numbers is harder than seeing numbers. So I'll put this on a post on the website and then go from there. But Honda sales in China have declined by over 1 million units in 5 years. That's insane. And the decline is attributed to the rapid rise of Chinese domestic EVs. That's no question. And in fiscal year 2026, China production fell 16%. So it's going down pretty hard. But in Japan, the domestic vehicle sales totaled 668,000 units. And in fiscal year 2026, fell 8.9% to 609. So from 668,000 to 609,000. And the rest of Asia for 9 months ended December 2020. For the 9 months that ended 2025, man, for the 9 months ended December 2025, Asia excluding Japan fell 18% year after year to 739,000 units. So car sales are definitely going down. Now, if we go by segment, profit by segment, the revenue from the motorcycle business is 3.6 million in 2025. This is Japanese yen, and in 2026, Japanese yen is 4 million 18,000, right? So let's call it 4.0 million, and profit 663,000 in 2025, and 2026 it went up to 731. So motorcycle business went up overall. Car business, automobile business, when it was 2025 fiscal year closing, 14 million, and it went down to 13.8 million in 2026. Profit in 2025 was 243,000, and negative 1,411,000 in fiscal year 2026. This is Japanese yen millions, remember that. Then financial services, we have 3.5 in fiscal year 2025 as revenue, and 3.529 in 3.529, yes, in fiscal year 2026 for revenue. So it went up, but profit in fiscal year 2025 from 315,000 went down to 275,000. So it went down a bit. Still a profit, but it's not the same profit from 2025. Now, consolidated, because we have power products and others, which I'm not gonna spend more time on. The total revenue from 2025 is 21.6 million, and 2026 went up to 21.7 million, almost 8, because 21,796,000. But profit, it's 1.2 million in 2025, and it went down to negative 414,000 in 2026. So revenue, they made more money, but profit, they ended up losing money. And you might ask, how can this be? So they might have sold more, but when it comes to expenses, they spent more than what they made. So that's easy math. But basically, the motorcycle division is a division that's helping them counter the losses in the automotive industry. That's based on the numbers, and we also have some EV information here. That's the EV losses from 2026. We have a total. I'm not gonna read the detail because I don't want to spend any more money. I don't want. I'm not gonna spend any more time reading numbers, but the total recognized in income statement is 1,047,000 1,918 plus 397. That was cost of sales, sorry, the 1.047 cost of sales. And then 397,000 is R&D plus other. So total we have around no, it's 1.577 uh, billion losses that they reported in EV only. So that's a chunk of losses that they have reported there. I hope this pays off, but so far that's the reality of this fiscal year. Then, in the market, when it comes to the market, we have earnings per share reported was 0.18, and the estimate was 0.72. So it was a huge miss right there. That's 2025. And in 2026, let's see. Oh yeah, 2026. It was expected. Actually, it's 0.76 is the actual in 2026, and the consensus was 0.52. So that was better than expected. That's good. But let's see, stock performance as of the calendar year of 2026, it's a negative 12.62%. Calendar 2025 was 3.69% increase, and then 2024 was a negative 7.8%. Negative 7.28%. Yes, that's what I said. So far the stock price is down, but that could be a reaction of all this news, the headlines and all that stuff. So what do I think? Was it a clickbait? The signals are mixed, honestly, and hopefully there has to be something behind the losses report for EVs. They could be developing whatever they want to make after, because I don't think Honda, at least for example, we have the Toyota Sienna hybrid, but Honda doesn't have anything hybrid or even electric for uh, vans and all that stuff. I think the CRV might have a hybrid CRH, right? But we don't have a lot of electric cars from Honda. I know we have the Prologue. Is that what it's called? It's an SUV. That one's cool. We're actually considering it as a family car, but then we decided to go for a van instead of a car or an SUV. So in the EV market, that's something that more research might have to be done. But when it comes to the numbers, I think it was not clickbait. I think it's accurate. Although not everything is negative, as you can see, but that's when you have to make your own judgment, right? Because for some people, it might not be bad. They might have more information, or they might consider this just uh, the deglobalization of the industry. I don't know. It could be one or the other, but yeah, I would be curious to see what other people think. If you think I missed something, or if you think my judgment is incorrect, I'll be willing to listen. So here's where I leave it. I'm already at almost 19 minutes. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I will see you next time.